You ready? Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to Glen Lough.
It's fab here.
In Sutherland in Highland, Scotland. The North Sea is about half a mile in front of us, behind you.
I can see it.
And behind us is this spectacular forest and hills and mist and cloud and showers in the background, so we better get a move on. It is beautiful here. Today we're going to take you to the most northerly point of the UK mainland.
Oh, are we going to Barnsley?
Barnsley's about 500 miles south. Now what you think is the most northerly point of the UK mainland and where we're taking you might be two different places.
I think it is.
It might be. So you might be in for a couple of surprises. You might want to pack a mat because there's some showers bubbling up.
It's definitely going to rain.
And you might want to pack lunch. Oh, and we need to introduce you to somebody.
We do.
Jeez! We're heading 60 miles northeast on the A9, which is part of the North Coast 500 route that follows the scenic Highland coast roads around northern Scotland. Our first stop is the popular tourist spot of Groats, which only has a population of about 300 people, but it sees over 100,000 visitors every year. And here we are in Groats. Do you know where the name Groats comes from?
John.
Sorry, I'm distracted by this huge windsock just above Sean's head. That's a big sock, innit? What? Do you know where Groats comes from?
John named it.
Well, kinda, yeah. There was a guy from Holland in the 15th century and he was called Jan de Groot.
Oh.
Jan as in Jan, but we don't pronounce the J.
No.
And he came over here and he used to run a ferry from here, before it was called Groats, over to Orkney, which, don't be fooled, isn't that island there? We're going to talk about that one in a minute with Dolly Parton. You can be Kenny Rogers.
Can I?
Yeah.
Do I need to grow a beard?
So Jan de Groot was running a ferry and he was charging 1 groat. And that's why, some people will tell you that's why it's called Groats, because he charged 1 groat for a ferry ride over to Orkney. But it's wrong. It is. They like to tell me I'm wrong, so I'm telling them they're wrong.
Yeah, well, you know what they're like.
It actually comes from Jan de Groot. Yeah, because John O'Groats, John comes from the Jan, and O'Groats...
Well, Jan is Dutch for John, isn't it?
Yeah, but do you know what de Groot is in Dutch?
No.
It means the large. So the translation is John the large. It's a pity he's not about nowadays, isn't it? And that's where the name Groats comes from. So we were talking about the island. So Orkney is a few miles just over towards Sean's left shoulder.
Behind that island.
But this island that you can see is called Stroma. There's not many people live on there now, but it would be a great place to live.
It would.
And Stroma is Old Norse for island in the stream.
Oh,
Kenny Rogers.
Island in the stream.
That is what we are. I'm Dolly Parton. Can I be Dolly Parton? Yeah, I'd rather have the boobs than the hairy back, to be honest, wouldn't you? And this bit of water that Stroma sits in is Pentland Firth. Although, technically, don't get on at me, it isn't a firth.
No, but it's called that.
Not like Colin Firth, he's a firth. Innit? He's a proper Firth, it's Colin Firth, innit? Great name. So this is Groats, and this is a very popular place because a lot of walkers and bikers and people who do charity things use Groats as the most northerly place in the UK. So when you hear of end-to-enders, it's usually people that have either come from or going to Land's End, which is right on the very southern west tip of Cornwall.
Yes.
And it's about 874 miles between here and Land's End. But technically, again, this isn't the most northerly place on the mainland.
No, it's not.
We're going to take you to where it is, though. We've travelled a further 11 miles north of John Groats to this wild and rugged peninsula right on the tip of Caithness, the most northerly point of UK mainland, and it's called Dunnet Head. We're on the edge of some really high cliffs, 300 feet high they are, and there's puffins and razorbills and fulmars and kittiwakes and what's that other one? 80s comedian? Gary Wilmot?
Yeah, Gary Wilmot.
Guillemots. There you go. And if you look out to sea, it's not unusual to see pods of orcas and dolphins and even porpoises sort of migrating by. You might be able to see them sat watching for the whales passing by. In between us, you can see the lighthouse and the foghorn. Go on, do your foghorn Leghorn impression. I sprang that one on you, didn't I?
Yeah.
And the lighthouse has got a story attached to it. Well, not literally, but we can go and have a look. Built by Robert Stevenson, a famous Scottish engineer back in 1831. The lighthouse is about 50 feet away from the edge of the cliff, and the lantern itself sits about 345 feet above sea level. Now that sounds high, but even at that height, it's said that during particularly heavy storms, especially from the west, the crashing waves are so thunderous that the lighthouse shakes from top to bottom like an earthquake. And the water's thrown so high that pebbles get caught in the spray and break the glass in the lighthouse. It's still in active use today, and what an amazing place it would be to work, but it's all automated now, so there's nobody on duty anymore. And the old cottages have been converted into holiday lets. You could even get married here. We've driven back a couple of miles from Dunnet Head, and we're in Brough Bay. Now, it's spelt B-R-O-U-G-H, as in Brough or cough, but it's pronounced Broch, as in loch. And it's a tiny little harbour that was built so that materials could be brought in to help build the lighthouse up at Dunnet Head, a couple of miles north of us. But it's a fantastic little place. It is so quiet, you can't see a soul around us apart from the seals. Have you seen the seals? Chilling out at the bottom of the slipway. How cool is that? And they're keeping their eye on us, which is why we're giving them some distance, because we don't want to spook them. And there's just thousands of birds along the cliffs, and the little islands you can see just to your left hand side, that's called Little Clets, and it's packed with nesting birds. And that's why there's not been a lot of drone shots in today's vlog, because it is nesting season, and
we don't want to disturb them.
No, we don't want to disturb them or frighten them. I mean, look, they're just enjoying it, aren't they? Who'd have thunk the most interesting part of the day would be avoiding being dive-pooped by seagulls?
There's gulls everywhere.
Ah! Was that dramatic enough?
No.
I'll add some music in post. It really is. And the seals are loving it.
They're loving it, they're chilled.
We try not to get too close, because they they're kind of keeping one eye on us and the other on the tide, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. We hope you've enjoyed your little day with us. You now know where the most northernmost point of the UK mainland is, not northern moist, which is what I said in the last take, which Sean was laughing at.
I was laughing.
Because my northern moist point is quite south, isn't it, compared with...
Okay, we've gone through that.
Anyway, if you've enjoyed the trip and you'd like some more, subscribe to the channel. Just press the subscribe button.
Do it!
Then hit the thumbs up to give the video a like, and hit the bell, ding, 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 and... What? And YouTube will let you know every time we release a new vlog. That hurt me tummy, did that?
Did it?
Ding, ding, ding. It hurts
Don't
again.
do it then.
I shouldn't do that, should I? If you want to help support the channel, there's not one, not one and a half, but 2 ways you can do that.
There is. 3 ways.
Yeah, 3 ways, which is the third. It's not via Urmston, is it?
No, it's the brown envelope full of cash.
Oh, yeah. So you can join as a YouTube member. If you click the join button, oh, sorry, I'm watching the seagulls. There's a link in the video description. Or you can join through Patreon. You get all the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's just some people like Patreon, some people like YouTube. There's a link up above Sean's head if you want to join via Patreon. Oh, I'm out of breath. I'm ready for my sandwich now and my packet of crisps.
I'm ready for a drink.
Are we going home?
Let's go home.
We'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.
Good. That's a bit wonky, innit? Bit of a wonky donkey camera going on here.
But he likes a bit of wonky donkey.
In,
It's
go on.
lovely, isn't it?
3, 2, 1. Because you'll only correct me anyway. Whatever I say, you'll just say that it's the opposite,
Yeah.
won't you? 3, 2, 1. Sean's not looking at the camera.
I've got a dog in one hand and a bag of poo in the other.
We've been watched.
We've got an audience.
We've got an audience. Foxes Afloat fans right up here. Even
Sorry.
And we're in. I've forgotten. And you now know the most moist point. The northern moist point. Where's your northern moist point? What? That's what that one does. Ah! I've got to do it all again now. We'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Ta-ra. Come on, let's leave them be.